Okay, this video is intended for the ones who didn't have the chance to attend the class. So in this, we will see the weighted mean as a topic. And I'm going to start by reading the concept. It says that it's a measure of central tendency determined by multiplying every variable times its weight. And we use it when the quantities have different importance. So we're going to focus first on the formula. The formula of the weighted mean is this one. And the elements are described here. This is the summatory of the weight times the value of the data set. We will divide that by the summatory of the weights, which will be 100 for one in this case. When we talk about grades, and we will see an example later. Okay, so we saw before the arithmetic average or arithmetic mean, which is the normal average that we already know. Okay, in this case, we have an example here where the set of numbers given are these 5 numbers. So we will say that 1, 3, 5, 7, and 10 are the numbers we are going to be working with. And we see before, or we saw before, that in order to get the average, we need to add the 5 elements. In this case, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 10 is equal to 26. Then we divide the number by the number of elements. We know that in this set is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when we divide 26 by 5, we get the average. And notice here that we're talking about giving equal weight, an equal weight to each of the numbers. This means that each of the elements here contribute in 1/5 to the total mean, because we know that there are 5 elements in my set. This is the normal average or the normal mean. But now we're talking about learning weighted mean. Weighted, it means that you give more weight or more value to the elements or to each element from the set. In that case, we will see an example. When you find that situation where we give more value to an element into the set, we will be doing this. According to the formula, we multiply the numbers by the weights and then we add them up. Okay, we are going to see the example in here. We have the example. Let's read it. It says here, you take 3 100-point exams in your static class and score 80, 80, and 85. The last exam is much easier than the first 2, so your professor has given it less weight. The weights for the 3 exams are: the first is 40%, the second one is 40%, and the third one is 20%. As you notice, the grade or the final grade will have to represent 100%. So although you are applying for 3 exams, the grade will be the average from the 3 according to the weight given by the teacher. Okay, so this is the grade for the first exam, 80. And remember, the first one, it's from the total weight only, value 40%. And we know the percentage can be represented with decimals because you divided 40 over 100 and you give the decimal. So the formula, remember the formula? It was the summatory of the weight times the value of the data set divided by the summatory of the weights. In this case, the weight will be this, the percentage in decimal. So the first one, the 40, it's 0.4 times the value. The first value is 80, so you multiply these two numbers and you get 32 as an answer. The other one, it's also 80, and also it's 40% represented with the decimal 0.4. We multiply that and we get 32. The third element is 85, so you multiply by the weight, which is 20% of the total weight. So you multiply the decimal, 0.2 times 85. And when you have the three quantities, you add them up because it says that is the summatory. So we add them and we get 32 plus 32 plus 19 is 83. And according to the formula, we have the summatory of the values times the weight divided by the summatory of the weights. And the summatory of the weights is this one. So if you add the decimals, 4, 4, and 2, we get the number 1. So we will be dividing it by 1, and it gets the same. So my grade when applying the test and getting 80, 80, and 85 will be 83. So this is the average I got when I apply the exams with this weight and this results. So this is how you apply the weighted mean. And remember, you can use the weighted mean when you have different value of the grade in each exam. If it's easier, it will become less, and if it is harder, it will become more. So in these cases, you can apply the weighted mean. Hopefully it helped you to understand, and we can do some exercises later. Thank you.